Good morning and welcome to Hot Topic and Fresh News. Today is March 7th, 2024, and we're serving up the latest in news and current affairs. The former Loudoun County school chief, Scott Ziegler, had his guilty verdict set aside by a judge yesterday. Ziegler was convicted in September of illegally retaliating against a teacher who went public with allegations that officials failed to adequately respond to a student's inappropriate conduct. However, the Chief Circuit Court Judge Douglas L. Fleming Jr. stated that the jury had been incorrectly instructed on the conviction's necessary elements, thus granting a new trial in the case. The case has attracted national attention and raised questions about the school district's handling of sexual assault cases. Ziegler is accused of carrying out retribution against the teacher, Erin Brooks, and firing her after her claims drew fresh scrutiny to the school district. Brooks testified about being touched by a student dozens of times a day, with pleas for help falling on deaf ears. Parents were questioning why Loudoun officials allowed a student who had committed a brutal sexual assault at Stonebridge High School to enroll in another school where he committed a second sexual assault. This case has also fueled the national debate over transgender students' bathroom rights, as the perpetrator was wearing a skirt during the assault. After taking office, Virginia Governor Glenn Youngkin highlighted the assaults during his campaign and ordered an investigation into Loudoun School's handling of the incidents. A special grand jury issued a scathing report blaming Ziegler and other school officials for mishandling the sexual assaults. Ziegler was fired shortly after the report's release. The grand jury also indicted Ziegler for retaliating against Brooks and for allegedly lying publicly about the first sexual assault. An internal report commissioned by Loudoun Schools found that the district failed to investigate the first sexual assault for months, did not perform a threat assessment on the perpetrator, and may be doing too little to investigate other incidents. One of the teenage victims of the sexual assaults filed a multi-million-dollar lawsuit against Loudoun Schools in October, claiming that the district failed to heed warning signs about the attacker. Additionally, a teacher who worked with Brooks sued Loudoun Schools in federal court this week for illegally retaliating against her. Stay tuned for further developments as this case continues to unfold. Hello, everyone. This is your host, Emily, bringing you the latest news from across the globe.
And joining her today, this is David.
We're here, same time, every day on Hot Topic and Fresh News, keeping you informed and engaged. Make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss a beat. Now, straight to the hot topics.
Could you tell us more about the judge's decision to set aside the verdict?
Certainly. The Chief Circuit Court Judge, Douglas L. Fleming Jr., ruled that the jury had been incorrectly instructed on the elements necessary for a conviction. Despite the dismissal, the judge maintained that prosecutors had presented enough evidence to sustain a conviction against Ziegler. The dismissal was based on the fact that the jury didn't have to find Ziegler acted knowingly, which is a requirement by law.
How did the defense react to this decision?
No immediate response was received from Ziegler's attorney, but Victoria Lasivita, a spokesperson for the Attorney General's office, said that they plan to retry Ziegler, stating that the dismissal was based on a technicality in the jury instruction.
Can you provide more context on the case against Scott Ziegler?
Ziegler was accused of illegally retaliating against Erin Brooks, a special education teacher who made allegations of inappropriate conduct by a student. Prosecutors argued that Ziegler ran a campaign of retribution against Brooks and fired her after her claims drew fresh scrutiny to the school district's handling of 2 sexual assaults in the year 2021.
What was the public reaction at the time Brooks went public with her allegations?
Parents were already questioning why Loudoun officials allowed a student who had committed a brutal sexual assault at Stonebridge High School to enroll in another school where he committed a second assault. Prosecutors argued that the school district wanted the scrutiny to go away as it was creating a negative image for them.
What's happening next in this case?
The Attorney General's office plans to retry Ziegler. This means that we can expect to see this case back in court, and we'll be following the developments closely.
Can you explain how this case has impacted the national debate over the use of bathrooms by transgender students?
Yes, the case unexpectedly became part of the national discourse on this topic. The student who committed the assault was wearing a skirt at the time and assaulted a 15-year-old girl in a girl's bathroom. This incident was co-opted by conservative critics of a policy that allowed transgender students to use bathrooms of their choosing. It's worth noting that the student's mother and teachers have stated that he is not transgender.
How has this case been politicized?
The sexual assaults were highlighted during Virginia Governor Glenn Youngkin's campaign. After taking office in 2022, one of his first actions was to order an investigation into the school district's handling of these incidents.
What was the outcome of that investigation?
A special grand jury issued a report that blamed Ziegler and other school officials for mishandling the sexual assaults. This led to the firing of Ziegler. The grand jury also indicted Ziegler for retaliating against Brooks and for allegedly lying about the first sexual assault during a school board meeting. Likewise, Loudoun School's spokesman Wade Byard faced charges for lying about the sexual assaults during his testimony.
Were there any repercussions for the school district?
Indeed. An internal report found that the district failed to investigate the first sexual assault for months and did not perform a threat assessment on the perpetrator. Additionally, one of the victims sued the school district for millions, claiming they failed to heed warning signs about the attacker. A teacher who worked with Brooks also sued the school district this week for allegedly retaliating against her.
What about the dismissed cases of retaliation against Ziegler?
Attorney General Miyares dropped the charge against Ziegler for lying publicly, and Byard was acquitted of perjury last year. Despite these dismissals, Miyares has yet to win a conviction in any of the criminal cases related to this incident. The dismissal of the retaliation case against Ziegler means we can expect the Attorney General's office to retry the case. We sincerely thank you all for tuning in to Hot Topic and Fresh News today. We've delved deep into the pressing issue of the Loudoun School's case, an essential part of our current news cycle. Your support and interest are what keeps us going. Remember to subscribe, activate notifications, and you won't miss a thing. We value your shares, whether it's on social media or in conversations with friends and family. Your comments are an essential part of our dialogue.
And hey, if you've got any jokes about news anchors, drop them in the comments too. We're here at your service every single day. And let me tell you, we've got some exciting stuff coming up that you won't want to miss.
Yes, your engagement means everything to us, and we can't wait to share our next episode with you.
So folks, until the next time, Emily and David, stay in the loop, keep your eyes on the news, our channel's content will amuse.